So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a LJN Wrestling Superstars collection update. I think I got about 20 something figures, 28 figures to go actually. There's not many left. Not many left that I actually have to get to complete the collection. I do have two bio cards that the figures come with. I do have those. I also have the cage, the full cage accessory, and the whole ring as well. Um, I don't have many accessories. The only accessories I have is one of the tag team titles. That would come in the 2-packs that you would get back in the day. Um, what else do I have? And one other accessory for one of the figures. But anyways, here we go. This is the LJN collection update. Not all figures, but I got about 20 something left, and that's it. Probably 28 if most. So, first up, we have Mean Gene. Mean Gene, the announcer. Yeah. Funny thing is, I actually have him mint in the card and never opened. I got him mint, or mocked, however you say it. But a Mean Gene. Now, I know sometimes, like I said in the previous video when I showed these off before, when I only had like 30-something at the time. But, I know some of them have different variants. I know there's two different variants of not Coco Beware, but ST Jones. There's two different variants of ST Jones, two different variants of, well, somewhat, I should say, variants of Hogan. Mean Gene, he would have the WWF logo on his microphone. This one doesn't. Bobby the Brain has the scrolls, then one without the scrolls. Jimmy Hart has the hearts on the microphone, then without. So, who else? I do know that Corporal Kirshner, he has a clean shaved, a stubbled, and then a full-on beard. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the main variants. You get what I mean? I just don't. Once you have the figure, you have that figure, and it's out of the way, in my opinion. So, anyways, that's Mean Gene's number one. Number two, I guess some recent ones that I'd be getting out of number two, we have, Mr. Fuji, I know. But, yeah, Mr. Fuji. So, and again, the thing is, I don't really care about getting all the accessories. I just don't, like, maybe the titles, like the championships that would come with the figures. That's it. But, like, I don't care about getting Mr. Fuji's cane, and I just don't. So, but, Mr. Fuji. Fuji Abno. Oh, number three, we got, Bobby the Brain, and again, I don't really care if I get the variant or not, but this is Bobby the Brain Heenan with scrolls on his shoulders there. I don't know if this is the more common one. I have no clue, but Bobby the Brain Heenan. I have another one here, Hillbilly Jim, and again, he's missing his hat. I don't care. I do know on the prototype of Hillbilly Jim, he was supposed to have a black shirt, but, yeah, Hillbilly Jim. I'm gonna have to start making some room here on my bed. But, yeah, so. Tito Santana. I forgot, what is this now? 5. Number 5. Tito Santana, and I know Tito's supposed to have white trunks, and, I guess for Strike Force, again, I don't care if this is the white trunks or the I think, purple trunks. In the camera, it looks blue, but it's purple. I don't care, but, Tito Santana. Six, Big John Studd, and wow, you have some smudge on your nose there. has a little smudge on his nose, a little smudge on his chest. But it's super easy to get that off if people don't realize out there. I know some people wash them. I wash them. They never get sticky, in my opinion. They never do. But what I like to do is take a Q-tip and nail polish removal, and that really gets most of all of the marks off. But man, I think number 6, number 6, Big John Stud. Number 7, one of the Hulk Hogans. Number 7, we have the first Series 1 Hulk Hogan here. You know, the main figure that probably everyone back in the day had. But Series 1 Hogan, of course. The common Hogan. That's what, 7, I think? 7? 6, 7. We have an Iron Sheik. I think this is 8. The Iron Sheik. So, again, another Series 1 figure. I know Hillbilly Jim was also a Series 1 figure. So, Junkyard Dog. We have Junkyard Dog here. So, and everything. And I always, even from 9 years old and such, I know some people like the Elites more. I know some people that even likes the classic Superstars figures. But in my opinion, these are the best wrestling figures that ever came out. Now, hear me out, though. The reason I think they're the best wrestling figures that ever came out is because you could rough these things up so hard, and yeah, the paint will come off and everything, but you can't fucking break them. They're like impossible to break. I mean, maybe if you be super rough with it, yeah, maybe. But majority of these, you can't break these. You could throw these at the damn wall, and just, hell, you can run these over with a car. And they won't break. The only way how you could probably break these is setting these in the fire, of course, they'll melt because it's rubber. Or possibly cutting away at them. That's the only way. But, Junkyard Dog. So, that's why I think they're the best. Now, some of the later figures have harder rubbers, so they could crack, but, I mean, even if they have little cracks in them, they'll still be alright. But anyways, I think that's what? Number 8? I don't know. 7, 8. Oh, here's one of my other favorites that I recently just got as well. The Ugandan Giant, Kamala. We have Kamala here, and yeah, Kamala's missing some of his paint on his chest, but again, if some figures have some paint missing on them, and they're not badly chewed, or don't have any chew marks at all, and they're not growing fucking mold, and because sometimes these can grow mold, then I don't really care. You got what I mean? But Kamala. So I'm saving some of the best for last, by the way. The best for last. But another one, he's a hefty one. We got a King Kong Bundy, I think from Series 2. King Kong Bundy. So, King Kong Bundy. We got just a white shirt referee. I think they made him in a blue shirt, right? They made him in another type of shirt, but the white shirt ref. A partner of, not Sergeant Slaughter, a partner of the Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov. Why did I say Sergeant Slaughter? Nikolai Volkov. The partner of Iron Sheik. We have long-haired Andre the Giant. I've been looking for a Series 2 Andre for relatively cheap. You can find them here and there for cheap. It's just sometimes I see him with a lot of paint missing, and I'm still looking. I might honestly just skip that figure for now and just try to eventually buy the black-hearted Series 1, from the last series. But anyways, yeah. Andre the Giant, long hair version. Uh, I think this is Ken Batera. I could be wrong. I think this is Ken Batera. I'm not 1,000% sure if this is Ken Batera. I think this is Ken Batera. Ken Batera. I think. Ted Arcidi. We have Ted Arcidi here. So. Oh, I have some doubles in here as well. I got some doubles of figures that I already been having. But Jake the Snake Roberts. And one thing I actually found fascinating is his snake actually had a wire inside of it so you could bend the snake. It's funny, the LJNs didn't have any wire or anything inside of them. They're just hard rubber. But his snake is the only accessory that actually was able to bend. So I don't have the snake, of course, but and I do know the LJNs were originally supposed to have wire. They're supposed to move their body parts, blah blah blah, but they're fine just like that, honestly. I got some more here. We got Corporal Kirshner. Just the normal, clean-shaved face. The more common one, I guess you would say. This is not the stubbled. This is not the full bearded one. I heard the bearded one is the most rarest. I don't care. So, but Corporal Kirshner. Yeah. One that has, but I guess you would say one that's, I probably already seen it, but one that's pretty beat it up, let's say, honestly. Whatever though, I don't care. It's not easy to find his figure, let's say, at all. It's really not easy to find his figure in, I guess you would say, better condition. But the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And I don't know if you can see, but he has a lot of this black on his hands and some on his face there and some on his hair. That's legitly the rubber. See, for Series 5, I think a little bit for Series 4, if I'm not mistaken, but Series 5, for sure, some of their figures had, different rubbers, like a gray, a blue, a black, and, Ted DiBiase, he actually had a black rubber. So when they're done making them and painting them and everything, they made him his body, tone, they gave him his body tone, but when you would play with them and such, the rubber would come through, because the paint would come off. So that's just honestly his actual rubber just coming through. Some of the paint that wore off. But, yeah, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Here we go, and surprisingly, he has a little bit of mold, it looks like, on his hand. I did not buy this figure. I don't know if you know. I said this a millions of times. My first 10 figures I actually got handy-downs, and he was one of them. So I just think over time that mold just grew on his hand. It's a very little spot. And you can't get rid of it unless if you cut it out, but I'm not gonna do that. But Roddy Piper with his kilt. And if you don't know where that little thing of mold is at, it's a very small amount of mold. But it's on his hand right there. I don't even know if you can even see that color distortion. But yeah, it's on his hand right there. It's a very little amount. But Roddy Piper, Hot Rod. And I believe for his prototype, he was supposed to have a cheetah or something on the front of his t-shirt, but instead it just says Hot Rod for his prototype. I do know some of Roddy Piper figures have red around like the sleeves, a red around the t-shirt collar around his neck, but this is the Roddy Piper. And some have like darker boot tones, darker knee pads, but I don't care. That's just factory, in my opinion. But, another one from Series 1, just like Roddy Piper, we have Jimmy, the Superfly Snuka. I have a lot more. A lot more to go. We have, Hercules. I think this is Hercules Hernandez, right? Hercules, I think. His outfit's very weird. But, I mean, not such a great figure. But I got this for cheap, actually. Some of these I did get from comic book stores, some of these I did get from online. But this is one of them I got from a comic book store. I think this is Hercules. Normally he would have a chain around his neck. Bruno Sammartino. A very good Bruno Sammartino. Oh, what happened to his leg right here? Some of the paint came off, I guess just from play or from being in the box. Wow, a lot of his paint actually came off. But that's what you do. That's what happens when, you play with these figures. Some paint on the back of them, some on the front, some for the boots. But I play with these, so I don't care. He finally ended up having some paint missing. Berto Sammartino, see right there. A little bit on the boots. Some for the trunks and some for the hair. But Bruno Sammartino. I don't really mind it though. This one, crazy George the Animal Steel. Now, George the Animal Steel was supposed to have hair on his chest for the prototype at least, but George the Animal Steel. Jeez, I have way more to go. There's probably like a good 8 more in this box. But this is Bam Bam Bigelow. And again, Bam Bam, he has the black actually showing through. That's his actual rubber. But yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow. We have a Macho Man Randy Savage. And would you look at that? A pretty rare one, let's just say. Hulk Hogan. Red shirt Hogan. They have a white shirt. And if you're wondering, wow, he's missing a good amount of paint. Yeah, but, yeah. I don't know if you can really see. Yeah, he is missing a good amount of paint, but to be honest, I found this for relatively cheap. So, I didn't care. But a red shirt Hogan. We have Don Morocco. And Don Morocco, actually, apparently, he has big lettering on his t-shirt, apparently. And then, I don't know if it's later release or what, but has small lettering. This is the bigger lettering on his t-shirt. But apparently they did it with smaller lettering. But Don Morocco, or Magnificent Morocco. But anyways, moving on. We have Jimmy Hart with the hearts on his microphone. Again, sometimes Jimmy Hart, really just depends. Sometimes Jimmy Hart, some of their figures have it to where he has no hearts on the microphone. Then some with. Mine has the hearts on his microphone. So, but Jimmy Hart. But yeah. Couple more. We have Greg the Hammer Valentine. Captain Lou Albano. Jeez Louise. Captain Lou Albano. Where am I put this? Like that, I guess. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Again, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. His prototype was supposed to have red and black trunks, but the actual released figure just has black trunks. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So yeah. Classy Freddie Blassie. Again, missing his cane, but I don't care. Classy Freddie Blassie. We have the man that I think was supposed to be Hulk Hogan or something. I don't know. But just see the body. Just see the body Ventura. Some people apparently thought this was Hulk Hogan actually, just in pink, and I kind of see why, honestly. But just see the body Ventura. I forgot I had this guy. Wow, he is very beaten up. But again, this is actually one of the hand-down figures, one of the more hand-down ones. But this is one half of the Killer Bees. I don't know if this is Jumpin' Jim Burzell or the other guy. I do not know the other guy's name, but one half of the Killer Bees. Forgot I had this guy. He was a handy-down. Anyways, we have Cowboy Bob Orton. Cowboy Bob Orton. And oh, here's some of the doubles. We have another Andre the Giant and another Iron Sheik for the doubles. We also have another Hulk Hogan, way more beaten up figure. Missing part of his boot. This is the handy-down Hulk Hogan figure, but a Hogan. We also have another handy-down figure of Macho Man, or I do at least, but yeah, so Macho Man. And what is that red on his back there? I thought that's dried up blood. That's what it looked like. Oh, here we go. We have a forgot his name. Man, how do I know everybody else's name, but I forgot his name. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. There we go. Brutus Beefcake. And then one more that was actually in the box. One more. We have Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Don't call me Paula. But yeah, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. And then we actually have just some bendies in here, some bendies, some thumb wrestlers. We have this, I guess you would say, thumb wrestler Hulk Hogan. We have this thumb wrestler Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Never really cared about the thumb wrestlers. I know. I guess I have two thumb wrestler Hulk Hogans. Wow. I have two. Didn't even realize. I have two thumb wrestler Hogans. Here's some of the bendies now. We got a bendy Iron Sheik. And again, the bendies are basically the smaller ones, but I guess you could bend their arms, even though it's not really working that great right now, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, you're supposed to be able to bend them and everything. It's not really working out that great right now. But, there you go. I guess you could bend it. So, yeah. Kind of bend it like that. So these are the bendies. Here's a bendy Georgie Animal Steel. Yeah, I hate to say it, the bendies are not that great. They're just legitimately little smaller ones of the actual figures. So, but the funny thing is, these were supposed to be the real ones that came out or whatever. These were supposed to be the actual figures of the bendies, but they're like, screw it, why make them, bendy like that? Just make them in these big 2-ups, and that's what they did, which is a better thing in my opinion. But yeah, so the bendies. I know I got some other stuff in here. Apparently, I have an Iron Sheik thumb wrestler. Then 2 more bendies. I have a Corporal Kirshner bendy. Got a Corporal Kirshner bendy, and apparently you can bend the arm down. So if I wanted to bend his arm back or twist it back or something, I could. But yeah. So there you go. That's funny, now he's in this pose. He can throw a punch. But, yep. And then Captain Lou. Some of these, like I said, you can't really do much with. Yeah, either. Just trying to straighten Captain Lou out. There you go. But, or, better, yeah, there you go. Captain Lou's more straightened out, I guess you could say. So there's the bendies. Now, moving on to the best for last, actually. The best for last. Let me put these other ones in here. Take all this shit. Yeah. Now, moving on to the best for last. Some of the Black Carded series figures. I have some of the Black Carded series figures. From the Black Carded series, we have Rick Rude. Rick Rude from the Black Card. The most expensive series out of them all. Ooh. But, yeah, Rick Rude. So, I have Warlord. So, again, show the license on the back of the boot, so it's the real thing. And then, in my opinion, the most expensive one I have paid for so far out of the Black Carded series. But I really wanted this figure. I really, really, really wanted this figure. The Ultimate Warrior. So, and again, but, yeah, a very, very pricey figure. Shit. But, that's it, though. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and basically here's my pile of LJN figures. But, yeah, so that's really it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm going to try to get the whole collection. I don't got that many left. I did my research. I got about, like I said earlier in this video, 20 to 28 figures left. I really don't got that much left, but, yeah, so that's really about it. I also, like I said, I have 2 bio cards, and then I have, the whole ring. I have the whole ring, and I have the whole cage, match accessory, but, yeah, and then I have, 1/2 of the tag team title belts that would come with the, tag team sets. But yeah, that's really about it, though. See ya, peoples, later.